game here. I'm going to be joined by Near of Evo Corporation. Near, how's it going, man?
Oh, it's going good. Polymorph, of course, having a rough run in the diamond here in this cycle so far, and then they're gonna keep fighting to stay here, of course, in what they can only hope to be an easier matchup, but we'll have to wait and see. Some interesting picks and bans so far. Mage Bane first pick on Hellbourne. It's not something we see often.
No, that is not at all, and that is really interesting. Coming out from, by the way, Pexu here. You do probably recognize, of course, formerly of 2-0 and Revolution even, and players have been swapping around. But I guess this is his new home here. Certus definitely another player to recognize as well, but. Yeah, going the Mage Bane. So we'll see how that works for them. They also get the Rhapsody. You see on the Legion side, though, Midas, Riptide, and now Salamon coming out. Salamon really has kind of come onto the scene strong as far as a carry hero goes. A lot of people liking him, and I think a lot of it comes down to that Maca Brilliance change. It's safe to say so.
Yeah, I think that's a big part of it, of course. It makes the hero a lot stronger. Farms a little bit faster as well, and also just the rest of stone combination makes it very deadly. Mm-hmm. And, so far, 3 very strong individual heroes here on the Legion side, but not too much synergy so far. But they still have 2 picks to follow up any kind of stuns for the Midas and gank potential with the Riptide and stuff like that. So they might still have a really good draft here. Mage Bane Rhapsody screams the really passive and defensive lineup so far on the Hellbourne side.
It's kind of just hitting me here as they do go Ophelia 3rd pick there, so maybe a little bit of aggression perhaps. But
yep.
Mage Bane, isn't Certus, doesn't he have history with this hero? I want to say even like an Elder Parasite style of build that he possibly likes to go, so.
I've seen it a couple of times, but it has been changed a bit. I'm not sure if he likes it now, because and as well as the Dawnbringer, the Grimoire and the what's it called, Lightbrand is not as powerful anymore, so maybe he doesn't like it because he went Dawnbringer and Elder Parasite and then he just started right-clicking people. Yeah. And that did a lot of damage. I'm not sure it has the same effect anymore, so maybe we won't see that. But yeah, it's definitely still up in the air. We'll have to wait and see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that'll be interesting to see what Certus, I assume, is going to end up playing that there with the Mage Bane. Yeah, of course, Tremble, another hero. He is definitely known for. And speaking of that, what were the bans initially? It was Gladiator, Lord Salforce, Deadlift, and Parasite. So very interesting there from Hex. Gladiator and Deadlift were their bans. Probably doing a little bit of research, I'm sure, as far as their gold matches went. And something tells me there might have been those heroes involved in said matches. So that's quite the unique bans there coming out of their side.
I also remember Pixel having some pretty good Gladiator games.
True.
Throughout the cycles here, and has been pretty impactful. Also, kind of one of the reasons they've been winning a couple games, and probably that's why it's also banned out.
Yeah, that is very true. So, not going to get this chance to run it here, but we'll see again what he ends up on, as well as the rest of the team. The following bans happen of Moraxis, Cthulhu Lodestone, Revenant, Behemoth, and Voodoo Jester coming out right here. So now Polymorph looking to make that 4th pick. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Almond Ra coming out. Ra's another hero, man. Some of these teams are trying and liking a bit, apparently. What is the deal?
It's just another individually strong hero. It's just very hard to kill. But I think it's honestly a bit too much over here, because Salamon wants to farm as soon as he gets that mark, and Ra also wants to farm, and there's just not going to be enough farm for both of them to have the game that they probably want. And that's a little bit concerning to me, standing out here. Also, they need a setup stun, and they don't have that yet.
Yeah, that's something that they could look to use here. I mean, they do need their support option, and there's quite a bit out there that, of course, provide that. So perhaps that's going to be their way to go here with that final pick. But they're going to have to go up against a Deadwood now as well, picked up by Sons of Zeus over here. So I mean, you got Salamon, Amon-Ra, Riptide, strength heroes, somewhat can be a little tankier, so I guess Deadwood definitely could fit that counter pretty well.
Yeah, it's pretty good. You can one-shot a hero almost. It's going to be a bit tough to one-shot these heroes on the Legion side. Also, it depends on where he ends up. If he goes to the mid lane, he could have a decent impact, but if he's off-laning, it might not be as strong, but it's definitely a nice initiate hero to burst down one target. And it's probably going to be the Salamon that they're looking for.
Well, that's kind of a initiating stun. I mean, you got the ultimate, of course, but outside of that, does not provide that crowd control necessarily as far as the guaranteed single target stun. So, yeah, very interesting that they go without that. But yeah, Hellbringer obviously does have his strengths in the team fight presence here. But, you know, I'm with you. Really is kind of an all over the place lineup, though, from Hex.
It is. It almost screams a little bit. This is not meant too negatively, but screams TMM. You know, you pick those strong heroes, and then you kind of expect to win because you have these strong heroes that are really hard to kill. They have a lot of burst damage, yeah, they're just individually strong. But I'm not sure if you have the perfect synergy. You know, just mixing all of them together like this. We'll have to wait and see how it works out. I feel a bit if you get behind, of course you have the comeback mechanism. Riptide Midas will always do a ton of damage, as well as Salamon when he has ulti up. But if you get behind, it could be rough because your comeback potential is not that great. And yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Madman is the final pick, so Hellborn side really wants to farm as well as have Ophelia push some early towers, and then they want to thrive off that advantage.
Yeah, another thing I'm getting from this Hellborn team is pretty heavy on the physical side. Pretty heavy on the physical side of damage with that Madman final pick especially. So, and then of course Deadwood as their initiator here. So, if you're the Legion team, I would hope they're going to pick up on that and definitely get those auras, the armor auras here, as well as just armor in general. Could be of high priority to say the least. So. Yeah, what a match we have here again. This is a relegation match. The loser will go gold, the winner goes to diamond. And like I was talking about, I mean, it's a little even extra important here going into our final cycle now. Now, I know the playoffs and the format and everything haven't officially been announced and whatnot, but, you know, it's safe to say you at least need to be kind of in that top 8 spot or so to feel comfortable at least that you're possibly moving on. Right now, Polymorph is in 9th place. If they actually do not win this series here, if they go to gold, you know, they're losing out on chance to really make up some room right there as far as the points go. You know, there's only so much you can earn in gold compared to diamond. On top of it, obviously, there's prize money that's just a little bit better in that diamond division. So this really is significant for Polymorph in a couple of ways here to win this series. So that's just kind of another level here. But clearly Sons of ZEUS, I mean, this team definitely has potential. Like I said, even winning the gold division, which isn't easy in itself. So I'm looking forward to actually a pretty good series here between these two teams. So, all right. We got the beginning of the game now. King Nikke is going to be on that Amun-Ra here, as we're mentioning.
Yeah.
So
I'm hoping he's not going to go mock this time and actually go for teamfight items. Maybe they've been listening a bit, and you know, if they can get that together, I think it can be a really strong team. You know, an Abyssal Skull is also something that could benefit them on some hero. I'm not sure which. Kind of depends on how the game goes, I guess. Or a Gnome's Wisdom. It's kind of, they need that, and then, you know, the Amun-Ra could go for the Demonic. And I think they could be really strong, honestly, because it is a pretty greedy lineup on the Hellborn side. I mean, Madman is not that great for team fighting early on, neither is Magebane. Ophelia is very strong, of course, and they have the Grasp and the Rhapsody Stunt, but that's kind of it. So if they want to team fight the Legion side, it could be pretty rough if the Legion side are 5 heroes together.
A lot of that AoE presence here, most certainly, especially with that mock, at least on Salamon, of course. So a lot of damage around them as well. So we'll see how that works for them. Amun-Ra's heading down here. I assume he is going to be in the jungle. Yeah, definitely. It's Salamon also coming down here, of course. So see, Ra's going to work that jungle. And again, we have seen some pretty impressive Amun-Ra play on a couple of different players even in the jungle. I mean, the hero definitely flash farms. If you kind of let him do his thing, as long as he's on top of setting up the stacks especially and working from camp to camp, he really does farm all of a sudden pretty damn fast, and he'll be in that 400-plus mark before you know it. So
as he hits that Helm of the Black Legion timing, I mean, he can just start spamming his Path of Destruction and walk over cliffs, cut down trees, and, you know, just go easier, or go take the easy way from camp to camp, and that makes him farm faster for sure. And will also make him set up ganks better, and he'll be able to deal some damage in those. And that's kind of what you're looking for. But he needs a little bit of time to be able to do that, of course. And Hellborn has actually blocked 2 camps over here. And it's the 2 medium camps. That's gonna hurt Ra already.
Yeah, I don't know if ZEUS was a little unsure of how the lanes were going to be set up, but they are a little bit late up here to the top lane. But they do get up here now, and they run into Midas, actually. Midas going to take a little bit of pressure before eventually getting back to the lane, where, of course, he's fine. But obviously, they see him right there. You see Certes going that flash first, so not the mana burn to do a little bit of extra damage, but, of course, makes sense there. Will level it up with second, I'm sure. As Midas, though, is going to feel the pressure from Rhapsody, and apparently Mageman as well, as he blinks in aggressively. So, wow, they're making a point that they do not want to let Midas just sit here.
Yeah.
His experience.
It is a strong hero, Midas. If you can, you know, stop him a little bit, Mageman will have a better time when Rhapsody wants to try and roam. So I like this idea that they try to keep him down. Also, I don't think Rhapsody can do too much mid against the Riptide.
Oh my god, middle lane, Deadwood. Actually, might be falling right here. No, Riptide gonna not continue to chase. Instead, you know, out of the water. Obviously, loses a little bit of his impact, but he does get an early health potion out of Deadwood. Yeah, Deadwood, especially in a melee versus melee matchup, usually considered pretty good because of how hard hitting he can be. But Riptide, I mean, he's one of the best. So, do you see Deadwood being able to have a good chance, or is Riptide should he win this lane?
I think if he had a ref, he would be even better off, but he doesn't. But he still has more attack damage, but the problem is he can't see and then like when Riptide is auto-attacking because he's in this, and that kind of makes sure that he's going to be able to land the perfect auto-attack, and you can't really counter it as well. So it's going to hurt his CS a bit. If he had that ref, definitely.
Wow. Kind of caught that at the last second. Snooki, though, playing well enough to actually get the kill on a Rhapsody right there. And that's got to be one of the worst feelings, you know, as a support player especially, knowing that your job's to kind of box out that suicide, and you end up giving up a death to him, including the Bloodlust kill. So, not the start that they were hoping for on this Hellborn side. As middle lane, Riptide is in trouble. He just got the bottle delivered. Could that make the difference? No, it will not. A little too much lockdown there. The Rotten Grasp hit, the Skeleton King there as well from Ophelia to guarantee it. So at least they get the quick counter kill, but yeah, that top lane, though. It's good for Midas.
Definitely is. That's not something you want to happen. The Midas is actually going to leave some experience mid, as well as picking up his own bottle. And he's going to be having a pretty decent time here. This impact is going to be a lot worse now for the Hellborn side compared to, you know, what they expected it to be.
Yeah, having that early bottle, that really does have to help him quite a bit. You see him running back towards the top lane now, actually using all the bottle charges right there. But again, full life and just about full mana, good to go. So the bottom lane, you see the other suicide here. Madman's level 4, so he is actually managing pretty well in that aspect. I guess this kind of brings to the point that, you know, Salamon Hellbringer, they're not going to be able to really lock down this Madman, of course, until level 6s at least, but that's not going to be happening just yet. So I guess it's not too surprising that Madman's able to get some levels here at this bottom.
Yeah. Ophelia is looking for Riptide mid again. I don't think they have the damage if... Oh, his hero is here as well. They shouldn't have the damage if Riptide is full HP though. But could do some decent harass.
Yeah, not level 6 or anything like that, so... Well, he hits level 5 right there, so maybe going to try to wait it out for the timing, but actually the Skeleton King's starting to run in there. Eventually falls back though. You do see Riptide again playing a little too passive. So yeah, that Rev Ward eventually coming out here in that middle lane, and you know, sure enough, they do get a kill out of it prior, and obviously that's going to help Deadwood quite a bit, so definitely making some sense there as far as wanting to get that Rev Ward in priority. And actually they're going to go for the kill once again on a Riptide. This time though, I don't think they're going to be able to successfully make it happen. He even, oh okay, that was just using his element right there, and actually avoids the Rotten Grasp. But now Midas coming in for the cutoff and looking for some turn kills. One more auto attack should do it. There's Ophelia, and now Deadwood. Is he also going to die? You're eating through the trees just enough. Going to survive, but Riptide's insisting on chasing. Has he in my element in 2 seconds? Nope, I guess the Watery Grave takes care of it as well. And he gets the kill right there. So, well played. Good counterplay.
Yep, Midas even has a regen. Pops right back to full HP, full mana here. I actually thought that they were both going to get away because they went for split targets, but they just got both of them instead, and that's, you know, the payoff you make when you go for split targets. You can risk getting none, or it goes really well and you get both. And, looking good.
Oh, jeez.
4x so far.
No chance for Madman here. Now, Redford securing it absolutely, and as soon as Riptide came in, he pretty much knew that He was definitely dead right there. So this start now all of a sudden looking pretty damn good for Hex, as they have now a 2,000 goal lead, but Salomon is really starting to excel as well. I guess he does in the end. So at least Magebane is doing pretty well up here. Again, really curious to see what ZEUS goes for as far as his item build goes.
It's kind of the shining light for them right now, but it's still, you know, you're fighting against Salomon, who has huge teamfight presence. Just like as soon as he hits 6 and has an ultimate up, and Magebane is gonna need, you know, Rune Cleaver, probably the Geometer's Bane before he really wants to join the fights. So it's gonna make the mid game here really good for Polymorph, especially when they are also ahead right now. So it's looking a bit rough for the Hellpoint side, but they definitely have, you know, the harder carries with the Madman, with the Magebane. It's just going to be interesting to see how they can perform in the mid game if they cannot die too much and keep farming.
Yeah, don't let the game get too out of hand is kind of the game plan at the end for them. So you see Madman back down here and back to harassing as much as he can. Currently Hellbringer not here. He's actually top lane. Midas, yeah, going at the top rune spot, but 4 players are here. However, the Elemental Warp at the last second, and he's using the bottle charges now to absolutely stay alive. Good escape right there coming out from Znooky there on the Midas. Managing to survive in the end. He is 2-0-1. It's a suicide Midas here. Such a strong start. And middle lane, actually, Deadwood's also in a lot of trouble here. In fact, he's dead. Go figure. Yep. Riptide using the ultimate initially to get that stun there, keep him in place, and then the follow-up easy enough for the kill. So Midas is doing work, man.
Yes, that Bloodlust kill really paid off for them. I mean, it's really setting the tone of the game right now, because he would not have been able to do all these things without that. And here he is doing really well, 350 GPM, 3-0-1, and Deadwood is struggling now. And Magebane does pick up the top tower, but I mean, it's not. He's really interfering with the game plan of the Hellpoint side here.
And speaking of that too, on the Legion side, sure, it's a great start. Midas, especially Salomon's doing his part, but Amon-Ra's got that home in the Black Legion now. It's about 270 GPM currently, but actually bottom lane, Salomon might be dying. No, it gets the ulti off just before, and now he's going to look to set up a turn. He is going to be low coming out of it though, but here's that support in Riptide, and so the turn potential is real. Hellbringer trying to land that Q right there, going to miss with the Demon Strike, and Deadwood will actually escape in the end. Riptide unable to chase him down, so they don't get any counter kills, but at least Salomon lived, and they got the Willowmaker used there.
Yeah. Magebane TP'd bottom, so they forced that too. Didn't get anything out of it, but I like the idea of him trying to TP there, because if they can get any kind of momentum going and they can get a kill on Salomon, and you know, maybe he even picks it up, I mean, that's a huge swing for them. But it didn't happen. He tried though, but unsuccessful.
And now Magebane kind of just taking over the middle lane right here instead. So now, you know, obviously Magebane has that life tube, so not to look too far ahead. Of course, the Rune Cleaver, the very practical pickup here, but again, he does have that history of the Elder Parasite. I know you're talking about reasons why probably not going to see it now, but I'm still keeping hope. Still keeping hope until we actually see that sustainer in full here. That it could possibly happen. So Ophelia, by the way, you know, try to be active in the middle lane. 1-1-0 right here. 250 gold per minute, though, as a plated Greaves Ring of the Teacher. So I've got the decent auras here, but not getting the Ring of Sorcery early on. So not having the assistant mana there.
She's going to settle for the Ring of the Teacher, it seems. It can be alright if they, you know, can get some kills going into towers. I mean, the plated Greaves push faster than the mana ring. But, yeah. I think he's just looking to farm right now, getting level 7, getting 3 creeps, and then start to roam. There's a skeleton here, and there's also a skeleton on the left side, so in 1-2 minutes, I think he's good to go for another gank.
You know, something I don't even know if you realized either, but Amon-Ra did die to neutrals earlier.
Yeah, I saw that, yeah. Okay. I just forgot it, yeah. That's true. I'm not sure if that was intentional, and he bought out items, or if that was a mistake. It's kinda, I did not check that, because there was some action happening.
Yeah, that was like right after the Bloodlust kill took place, basically, so did not even notice that initially, but, you know, again, it's not, like you said, it could have been a strategy there to get back to the well faster, perhaps, but maybe just misjudged at the same time. Middle lane, by the way, down goes Riptide, and Midas not able to do enough to go for any turn there, so keeping attention on that Riptide middle, clearly.
Yeah, really good rotations, because Midas was sitting there waiting for the kill onto Deadwood, but instead they counter-initiate, and that's kind of what they need. They can get a faster blink onto Deadwood. Could be looking good for them. You could maybe set up some kills onto the Salamon.
There's a Steam Boots finishing full on Deadwood, and there's the Mana Tube on Magebane. So it is going to be the Rune Cleaver here for Magebane coming out. So again, pretty much the routine build at least. As he continues to just push up that top lane, so again, getting that free farm in that sense, and nearly 400 gold per minute as a result. But there's the sort of the high for Salamon, who already is that 450 gold per minute mark. So he now is going to start scaling even better here. And overall, it does seem like it's going to be a little scarier inside of Polymorph, no doubt. Going back to that again, Aminra really has picked it up now since he's got that helm, as expected, and Riptide, definitely expect him to perhaps continue to move around. I mean, he already has been moving around, so not even starting, just continuing, but just have a couple of deaths that slowed him.
Yep. And Salamon actually picked something up. I'm not sure what it is exactly.
It's sort of the high.
Did he pick it up already?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Alright, so he's off to a good start here.
Oh,
Amon-Ra hits.
yeah, that actually did connect right there. Barrel roll trying to escape right here in the end. It's not going to happen. Oh my god, maybe. Ophelia's touch. The dot, it's not going to be enough. Wow, and the bottle charges in between.
That helped bring him in level 7, but I think he just hit level 6, so that was not an option. Then that would have been a kill. Yeah, good coordination there, and nice ulti from Ophelia. Was a shame for the Legion side here that they didn't get the kill. But I mean, it also comes back to they don't really have that point stun to guarantee a kill like that.
Riptide, look at this though. Yep, he's going to use the ultimate to escape actually. Now he's coming back in for some turn kill. He collapses onto Ophelia. Ra and Midas here get the kill. Amon-Ra though takes a Willowmaker to the face. He does have the resurrection, but the mana burn is going to make him less life as he comes back up. Midas will fall as well. Amon-Ra, you see, out of mana, not much life in the end. He's trying to run to survive though. It looks like he's going to be able to. In fact, Mammoth's also now in trouble. No, the protective melody to keep him alive at the last second as well. So back and forth here in the middle lane. Ends up being just a 1-for-1 actually, when it was all said and done. Of course, Ra did use his ultimate, but Salamon's like, I'll push the bottom tower. Well, you guys do that there. And there's the mock.
Yep.
Now coming.
Actually a pretty good fight for the Hellborn there. I mean, nice ulti from Rhapsody and good control of the Ophelia minions by Ophelia. Looked pretty good for them, getting a couple kills. But I mean, in the big picture, Legion side is still ahead in the stats, and Salamon has the mark now, so he's gonna skyrocket in farm. Magebane still needs, I think he needs 2 broadswords still. Not entirely sure. That's at 390.
Deadwood bottom. Nice catch on to him. Of course, Salamon having that ultimate up. Easy kill with a Midas follow-up. Oh, top lane. Wow, Magebane nearly dying right there. Does get the blink off in time, though. The hasted Riptide wasn't enough to chase him down, so wow, that was close for him, but he's able to blink at least.
It's a start.
That's very important that he's not dying right now. I mean, he's the one they need to carry. I think if he starts dying now, it's gonna be, you know, it's not gonna be good for them. So, yeah, if they can keep him alive and try to be sitting behind people here and then make the counter ganks happening like we did in the mid lane before, that's the way back into the lead.
Yeah, we kind of saw that last fight there. I think you might have brought it up earlier too, but yeah, the Magebane interaction with Amon-Ra can definitely hurt him quite a bit. Again, he still would resurrect even with 0 mana. It just simply wouldn't be that much life. I think it's 30%, I believe. So, meanwhile, big fight breaking out right here. Malphus coming down, Madman caught in the side over here, but no, he's going to survive actually as Hellbringer gets picked off. Madman running through despite the rev ward. It's not going to be enough, and there's a heal at the last second as well. And then the melody just in case to keep him alive. And now Midas, he's all of a sudden in trouble. There is the ultimate from Magebane here. He had it at least, but it wasn't even necessary right there, as they do enough damage for the kill. God, he saves here on Madman especially. He's living life on the edge, but he's living.
I mean, the Ophelia Rhapsody combo is really what's keeping them in these fights right now, and it's working out. They're gonna pick up a tower here as well. Meanwhile, Salamon is still farming, and he's up to 600 GPM now, but this is what they have to do. I think they have to ignore the Salamon and try and kill his team right now and get experience and levels onto your supporting casts for the Magebane, and in that way have the stronger team compared to, you know, them having the strongest player.
You know, I am really intrigued to see what Amun-Ra goes next for here, because that's actually middle lane. They want to initiate, but they are going to start falling back now as Sons of Zeus, and they will be fine. Top lane, you see Salomon was pushing it, who, by the way, bought post haste with his second item, actually, so wanted to be able to control the map in that sense and really flash farm with it, but... Oh, is he going to try to go back in? Yeah, there's no way.
Not cool,
He's
bro.
getting that, so...
Probably get the kill, but I mean, he doesn't know where the rest of the Hellpoint side is, and that's gonna, you know, that was still has ulti. That would be really risky. I mean, a 1-for-1 like that is not worth it. That's the best Kate outcome for him.
Oh, Madman's going to barely live in the middle lane. So they try to gain camp. But yeah, going back to Amun-Ra real quickly, again, to stress that this Hellborn team's a lot of physical damage. You know, especially having that initiator being Deadwood. They got the Mage Bane, Madman carry. So Amun-Ra, I think, is going to be that ideal hero here, of course, that, you know, builds those auras, if anything, or builds the armor even. So I wonder what item he's going to go for next with that said. Deadwood is going to barely fall here. Oh, he gets the kill right before. He picked up the tree at the last second and said, take this, before he ends up going down. So that was a good play by Pexu, actually, at least making the best out of it right there. But yes, they were battling back and forth.
Yeah. It's coming into great effect that there's so many strength views on Legion side that, you know, his Deadwood Punch gives him a lot of extra strength, of course. He steals that and deals more damage. Nice play, just throwing that lock in at the last second before he died himself.
By the way, 2,400 gold on Ophelia. That is odd. So that much gold on an Ophelia, especially.
There's no reason to not buy an Astrolabe, unless you're not buying an Astrolabe, which is probably the best item on Ophelia.
But even then, no matter what you're buying, you buy something here, like...
Yeah. Not sure. This is very weird, honestly.
That is
Maybe
so
he
odd.
wants to buy a Storm Spirit or something like that. That's a possibility if you want to go for the late game and, you know, you go so late that you figure, okay, the Astra's not going to be that useful, then I get the Storm Spirit because I'm not going to be farming that much. But it's 16 minutes, so I mean, I'm just trying to explain it reasonably, but honestly, the best choice is the Astrolabe for sure.
But even so, there's, as I've always stressed, I'm a pet peeve personally, but I think a lot of people would agree, is like, why not at least get built up if that's the case? It's to sit on this much gold and to not just at least help your farming capabilities seems a little silly, but perhaps there is that logic. He doesn't want to give away what he's going for, but I don't know if a Storm Spirit is necessarily that hidden item that you want to hide, but
Riptide loses fight mid here because he doesn't have an Astro.
Yeah, they're trying to, and now Ophelia, actually, she is going to get caught in the background. Malphus does come down. Midas did get picked off as Mammon and Dev were trying to make plays, but here comes Salomon in the background. Look at how quickly Rhapsody will fall. At least the, was that the Falcon Punch used? Yes, it was, to kind of lock him down, if anything, and get him out of that ulti form quicker. Mammon coming back in. Amun-Ra, though, he does remain alive despite having the rebirth. And is actually going to go back in with this now. So Mage Bane is here, but all he has is that Rune Cleaver and Steam Boot, so you can't expect him to really be doing too much right here just yet. He is going to go and try to make a play, but he gets silenced immediately. He does take out Ra. Of course, there's the rebirth, though, and now Ra's going to try to escape coming out of it. Hellbringer trying to help. Hellbringer, though, picked off by Mage Bane. Sergeant's dropping half-life, though. He needs to be careful not to die here. He will barely survive. Blinking back in fact, gets the kill on Robin. At what cost? He goes down. That was a very greedy blink there from Certus to go back in. That definitely caused him to die. And now the rest will run. So sloppy finish there for sure.
That was greedy, going on 1-for-1 like that. I think they're feeling a bit pressured that they need to win these fights, and maybe he's like thinking that, okay, if I kill this guy, you guys can kill the other. And, you know, it's a bit sloppy, as you say, because there's no reason for him to die. Like, that's the worst thing that can happen. Also, Salomon here.
Oh, wow, I was going to say he didn't have mana for it, but actually he does go back and he cleans them up. Oh, my God. That just shows you if he's able to get the ultimate off, man, good luck. Deadwood can't portal key away either because of the mock. And that's going to be a hat trick. What they thought was going to be a kill on Salomon ends up being a hat trick for him, as he just got that Resto Stone as well right prior to that. I mean, that was something.
Yeah, he had like 70 HP. I didn't think he had the ulti either. I don't think the Hellpoint did as well. I think he just got that delivered. And yeah, nice bait, I guess, from him. Oh, Mage Bane blinks aggressively, but I guess he's fine. That's only Riptide Hellbringer.
And it's like, well, only? Okay, yeah, he's going to blink away. I mean, he got a little threatened there, but escapes. But man, it's a fight like that, yeah, especially against a Salamon. If you make a couple of mistakes, like I said, especially Mage Bane, at least if Mage Bane lived that last fight, it wasn't greedy like it was at the very end there, then okay, at least he still would have been farming consistent GPM, but man, look at the gap now. I know it's Salamon, but 800 GPM compared to that 400 GPM just about Mage Bane. That's not going to feel good if your son's a Zeus here.
Nope. And it's just such a strong hero compared to Mage Bane early on because it has that huge teamfight presence. I mean, it deals a ton of damage. It carries in the early game because of that ultimate, and Mage Bane doesn't, and that's the big difference so far.
Madman's not really having much presence just yet either, unfortunately. 1, 2, and 3, 260 gold per minute. Looks like he might be trying to get that Shrunken Head, perhaps a Brutalizer, but I think the Shrunken here would make more sense. A lot of that magic threat coming out, and lockdown, of course, so something that he's going to have to be worried about. But at the same time, getting that Shrunken Head will at least open up a little bit for him to be useful in that sense. Amun-Ra, 3,100 gold saved up now. So you mentioned he does have that history of going the Mach. God, there's no way he goes in this game though, right? Like, I mean, Salamon already has it, so that would just be
unless
silly.
he's at a point where he feels like we can't lose anymore, so I'm gonna buy this Mach anyways, just because.
Yeah.
I like it. Okay.
Did he just go sort of the high?
He went for the plus 32 strength. What's it called?
Oh, the Axe Modifier. Okay. Okay. Whew.
Yeah. It's the second worst item you could buy, honestly. Yeah.
Well,
Goes for it anyway.
What do you think he's going for?
He's going for Behemoth Void. I mean,
okay.
There's no other option.
Well, Bloodborne Ball.
Full troll here. No, please. I mean, okay, that would probably be the worst.
That would be. I was gonna say.
They need auras and then they win the game. I guess Salamon is looking like he's going for the demonic, but then get a barrier even, because it's gonna nullify anything from absolutely Madman. That kind of damage, or just ban Abyssal. Oh, I didn't see that.
Well, they found Riptide in the jungle, so yeah, there's something there.
Yeah.
No, I'm with you though, Stressed, from the beginning. I mean, it's a very physical heavy team, and that's going to be their one chance to really come back in this game is through that physical damage. And so if you negate that a lot, with these auras, then good luck. But yeah, as you're pointing out, nobody has anything yet. Salamon might be working in demonic, but honestly, that's not guaranteed. Couldn't he still go? What is that one item? I know this is troll here, but yeah, he could go Arclight Crown. Just saying, there's a possibility.
You never know. You never know. That's true. But I hope not either. He doesn't need that to deal damage. His ulti's gonna do that for him. Oh, Mage Bane though.
About at the bottom. Ra's chasing him, but missed the initial stun, so not much more. And that goes back to that lack of that lead stun, as you pointed out. Again, they don't really have it. Well, unless you consider Salamon now with a Resto Stone ulti, I guess. So.
I mean, if he gets a blink, yeah, sure. But
sure.
I mean, that's a late initiate stun. Mage Bane just, keeps farming here. Or if he gets found here, it's bad for them.
Uh-oh. Oh my god, that's a greedy... Wow! That was so greedy to TP right there, but it worked.
If you're gonna TP right away, usually you blink into the trees. Well, it's very risky, but paid off, and he's alive, so that's a good point.
Yeah. You did see Ophelia, by the way. You were correct on that. He does go the Storm Spirit, so maybe a little bit was that he was hiding that idea, I guess. But again, that's not really an item that screams like, oh, we don't want to let them know, and then all of a sudden he has a Storm Spirit. But it could be at the same time, I guess. But
I mean, Ophelia is probably the best hero in the game to have a Storm Spirit on because of that point back Storm Spirit effect. So you can always save a hero. But it's still, like, the Astrolabe would have been so much better for them, I feel like, in the earlier fights.
Even
all
the
nice
gnomes.
pickoffs. Yeah, even the gnomes, yeah.
Fantastic. I mean, she already has the Ring of the Teacher for that matter, so.
Yep.
I think Gnomes has been very undervalued, honestly, since the
it
patch.
has.
We've seen very little Gnomes wisdom in these games, but he seems to be picking it up, so.
Especially when you're against the Hellbringer Midas.
Yeah.
Very strong. Even the magic damage from the mark. Oh no, it's true damage now.
It is true damage, yeah.
Never mind.
Yeah, that changed.
Yep.
Here comes the bottom tower push, this set, and they're going to try to break base right here, and, well, they'll get the tower at least. Amun-Ra, he still only has his level 2 rebirth, but he has it nonetheless. Salamon, he's got a double ultimate, so you can't feel comfortable just because he's at half life thinking, oh, we can go. And they're not, so they're actually defending this pretty well, to be honest.
Yeah, they get him quite low, and I mean that's what they're looking for. Get him low enough for them to be able to take the fight and start initiating.
I feel like if Deadwood, Deadwood's found actually. No, he Portuguese away in time, so that was good. But yeah, if he's able to get that jump, the Willowmaker, like they could burst Salamon here if they synergy everything, but
Does have it for cooldown for another 12 seconds here.
oh, well, that would explain it more. The range Rax goes down first. The Melee Rax now, but here we go. Salamon jumps in with the ultimate. Madman dead off the bat. He is using some support around him. Amon-Ra and Riptide both very low. Riptide goes down, but so does Deadwood. He is going to buy back. He does still have his Willowmaker, as did Madman. Ophelia is the only one staying dead, so a couple of buybacks. They lose the Rax anyways. In the end, it was a little too tough to hold against. That demonic was strong, so, whoop. Okay. Well, I think that's Shortcut letting me know that he is here in case, so I know that, yeah, you have to possibly scrim soon.
Yeah, I have on actually 5 to 10 minutes here.
Okay, yeah, no, you stay on until you have to go.
Yep, that's fine.
Stick with that. All right, so, but yeah, after that push right there, I mean, now you got the upgrades to an Amon-Ra, the full Behemoth Star, 3,500 more gold on Salamon. It's looking pretty grim here for Sons of Zeus. I mean, 500 GPM on Mage Man, I guess that is something. They do have going for them.
Yep. It's just when you click that GPM chart, it looks like it's so far behind what it is also. It's just, this used to be, you know, a game you could easily win when you had a 500 GPM in HP, but you know, Salamon's so strong, especially right now, and they can just force another fight when he has his double ulti combo back on.
Upwards of 900 GPM now. Again, we've been seeing Salamon kind of really be a presence as that carry on the scene lately by several teams, and these 900 plus GPM games almost seem like it's typical, especially in the winning efforts here. So the top lane, top tower, going to get pushed down pretty easily by the Legion side, and now they're going into the base. They're going to really force the Hellborn side, or the Sons of Zeus, to not really give them time, really, is what they're doing here. It's for that Mage Man to, you know, maybe make some plays and recover. Hell, the Shrunken Head's still not even finished on Madman. And so here we go, the Melee Rax, it's dead. It's already dead that quickly. Here goes the first ultimate from Salamon. I guess the second one, he doesn't have the rest of stuff. But anyways, Malphus on top. And well, as you expect, the Hellborn team is just melting away. So it looks like, yeah, GG's being called. Game number 1 is going to go to Polymorph here over Sons of Zeus. Just got out of control, and they just could not get that calm going to make the comeback happen. So game 1 in this best of 3 going to Polymorph here. So an important match once again.